Hello everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here, and I wanted to make a video to kind of share with you guys some new insights that I have found over the past couple of weeks, and it's about being able to stay aligned with your soul, because usually we think it is like a messaging or marketing problem, but I have to tell you that it's actually not. So if you're just jumping in, just say hello, just so I know that you're there. And I want to give you some insights about why this can be keeping you from having your time freedom that you want to create. So one of the things that, oh, and by the way, if you're just new to me, I'm basically helping people to use their soul alignment to be able to create more time freedom and lifestyle that they want to create aligned to their soul. So today I want to talk about why staying aligned to your soul actually solves your messaging problem and your inconsistent income, and some facts that you don't really know that is keeping you from actually staying in your ability to have time freedom. So staying actually aligned to your soul really actually solves any kind of messaging problem. And I have to tell you that this is from experiences, so this is why I'm sharing this with my audience right now, because this is something that no one really talks about or even shares from this perspective. And I've been finding from my clients, from my audience, that they're really having trouble with their messaging and creating consistency in their income. So actually up until now, I've been like really having this urge to really have more time to liberate my soul, to scale my business, and I'm sure you are too. So becoming clear on what I need to do to create time freedom has been so transformational, so that I could spend more time with my family, spend more time with creating the awesome transformations for my clients. And I'm sure like that's kind of the things that you are also wondering about and wondering how is that even possible. So in the past 6 months, I've been testing this to see what is it like when you are in alignment and when you're not in alignment. And I've experienced both sides, which is one, when I'm in my first gift, I feel amazing flow, money just comes easily. People and opportunities just show up, all of these kind of things. And I've also experienced the opposite end of this, where I was misaligned in my second and my third gifts, where I felt disempowered, no money was coming in, being in like this chaotic situations, whether it's relationships or not having money at all, like in a catch-22. All of this I've also experienced too, because I wanted to test like what really it's like to be able to stay in alignment. So I have to tell you that actually the secret actually lies in the basics, in who you are at soul level and your why in your business. And staying aligned to your why is the most important thing than the what or the how. And what I'm seeing a lot of people do is talk about how they help with this and the results they do with that. And of course, that's very important to share because people want to know what the transformations that you give to people. But going back to the very basics about what you really are at soul level, really thinking about why you chose to make this business, why you made your logo, why you chose your client avatar, like all of these things are very important, because this is where you're going to find your ability to automate all the things that your business needs, the foundation and the systems and structures. And if you don't like really nail down your client avatar, your ability to speak directly to your ideal client, this is one of the main issues that is creating inconsistency. So when you show up and you're not aligned to what you are at soul level, the energy of what you are at soul level, it actually creates inconsistent messaging, inconsistent ways that you show up for your people, and they get really confused as to like who you are, like what are you really standing for, what are you all about. And so this is why the inconsistent income is happening, because you're working 10 times harder than normal, your messaging doesn't feel completely on point. But actually it's not necessarily the messaging and the marketing or biz strategy that's a problem. This actually has to do with your soul alignment first. If you don't have that first, nothing else will make sense, especially for yourself, but also your clients, as like why they should keep, continuing with you. So I've actually discovered these 3 main gifts concept. This is something that through listening to over like 450 people on free strategy sessions that I've done, to working with hundreds of my clients, I have found that people have 3 main gifts. And so the first gift is really your zone of genius. It's actually the process that needs to unfold for you to figure out what your expertise is. And so we kind of like push it aside because we think it's just the most natural thing, and like, who cares about that, right? But actually it's the one thing that you really, really need to align to. And when you align to your second and your third gifts, you actually devalue your potential. And you kind of get stuck in any visibility or money blocks. You work 5 or 10 times harder. You get these draining clients that just don't get you. You lose your health. You feel really exhausted. You feel like you can't speak in your personal relationships or in your lifestyle, right, in your audience. This kind of inability to speak what you really want to share and having your soul's voice has a lot to do with you not being in your first soul's gift. Because what you're doing is you're talking from usually your second and third gift perspective, and that never ever translates into conversions and making consistent money. And unless you're really good at sales and marketing and business strategy already, like, you're probably hitting the nail on it, but you're getting like quick fixes, right? Like lots of people buy, but that doesn't mean that you're in alignment with your soul either. So the answer does not lie in creating that new funnel, making a new marketing campaign, launching a whole new series. These are just quick fixes. If you really want to liberate your soul and have more time freedom for yourself, you actually need to scale in a more authentic way. So I'm not saying like any of the biz strategy or the messaging or the marketing out there doesn't work. I'm saying that you actually really need to take a step back and you need to look at like why is it that you don't really feel completely happy in alignment or abundant in an authentic way? Because you can make lots of money in an inauthentic way, So it doesn't mean like you will feel that full in flow, right? I'm talking about really, really doing it in an authentic way. So you could either be taking a lot of action, putting a lot of pressure on yourself, trying to perform and control your situation, or playing very small, not seeing yourself seeing yourself just as this victim that, you can't get out of your situation, you're not really taking aligned action. You may even be making lots of money and you have lots of success. You have things feels like it's flowing, and maybe even have a big tribe, but inside, that it's not creating a consistent income that really gives you the ability to follow what you actually want to create. So soul alignment to me is not just about making lots of money, having lots of success, having that big tribe, right? And it's more deeper than just following your heart, soul desires. Like, this is kind of the things that you're hearing out there about soul alignment, or to connect with that specific energy and just meditate your way into abundance and manifestation. That never works, because why? You have to actually live a whole different lifestyle that's based upon who you are at soul level. And it's not about thinking it. Like, a lot of people are thinking it. You actually have to do it. You have to feel this alignment. You have to feel this ability to create that consistency in your life and your business. And I'm seeing many people are doing it actually the wrong way. They're thinking that they need a business coach, and they need a copywriter, and they need some kind of strategist or consultant that's going to help them make more money or things like that. But if you yourself cannot show up from who you are at soul level, it's going to cause a lot of inconsistency in your messaging, in the amount of money that you make, your relationships, lasting relationships, you name it. It's all going to kind of come up, because every time when you go to the next thing and try to fix it, it doesn't work because you're not soul aligned. So I really want to bring this up to my audience and to also everyone who's listening to the replay, who's listening in, to actually realize that you really do need to stop doing what other people are doing. You need to stop trying to figure out some, duct tape marketing, right? Like figure out, okay, I'll just do this marketing campaign and do like this strategy, and I'm going to make this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. Like anybody can do that. Anybody can create a strategy and then try to launch it, but that doesn't mean that it's going to create that consistent income. So what you really need to do is really take a step back and look at what is working, what isn't working, and why not. Look at the numbers, look at what your audience really need, speaking from your soul's voice. Because when you're speaking from your first soul's gift, people hear you. People want to know what you're up to. They actually feel the flow of what you're talking about. They feel touched by your authenticity. They feel more aligned that exactly what you do is what they need from you, right? But then also you got to be able to convert them into becoming your clients, to becoming, people who you give transformations to. So I discovered something about these things, and so I want to share with everybody that a lot of things that are out there, they're not going to help you in the long term. They're going to help you maybe, fix a problem that you might be having that's like one piece of advice or one piece of thing that you've gotten from other people. But if it's not really aligned to you and you didn't come up with it, that was really in alignment for your next role or your next thing, right? That's for your bigger purpose, it's not going to translate into really, really what you're meant to do in this world. And this has gotten me very frustrated because I've experienced it myself. Seeing so many people misaligned from other people, telling them what to do, telling them how to do it, when it's really not aligned to your soul. You really have to come back and really realize that all the things of why you're not having time freedom is all due to not being aligned to your soul, not having the personal relationships and support that you need to get to your next level, not having the right business partners or the right people in the background who does the tech work for you, right? Your OBM, your VA, or hiring out your team. There's so many factors, but one of the key things that keeps you from really, really being from your soul's voice is always your soul alignment first. Soul alignment, business alignment, then your mindset, then your messaging and your strategy. You can work backwards, right? You can check what's your marketing strategy. You can check what is your messaging is on point. I have to tell you, that's probably not the problem. It's probably your soul alignment that's first. And then once you know what your soul alignment is, what you know you are at soul level, then you can work towards your strategy, the right strategy that's aligned to your soul. So I'm actually creating a webinar tomorrow. So if you haven't really seen that, I'm going to talk about this in more detail as to why this is actually not a messaging problem, and why you're not creating the consistent income that you're wanting to because of it not being so aligned to you. And I'm going to talk more about that. So I hope that this gives you guys an idea of where are you standing in your alignment, because it's something much more deeper. And so I wanted to make a webinar to explain that in more detail. It's right on my personal page if you haven't found it. And it's starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, so that's like 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, so yeah, I hope that you can join me so I can explain more detail about this, and also that if you really, really know that you need help immediately, please do get help about your soul alignment through your soul alignment blueprints and your shell, which can help unblock any of those those visibility mindset blocks and money blocks that you're having, all of these are happening because you're not aligned to your soul. And I'm announcing my new program, Mastering Your Soul's Gift, 8-week program, and it's all designed to teach you how to stay in alignment to your first soul's gift, because this is what's going to help you to stay consistent in your income and your messaging. And that program is designed to help you with that. So if you want to know more information, visit my website at www.LeimomiKeliikuli.com, and on there, like I said, has about the shell, the soul alignment blueprints, and this 8-week mastermind program that's all designed to teach you how to stay in alignment to your first soul's gift. So if you have any other questions, feel free to PM message me and see if I could help you along this journey, because it's actually the one thing that it's probably like keeping you from that consistency. So anyway, have a beautiful day. Aloha.